just real quick mention, that basically the version of this, it would be the Model Y. And there was just one bit of news to cover, which is that it finally got, so we talked about it before, it got an EPA, or got a range upgrade, but that was just estimated from Tesla, which they can just throw out whatever they want and say it's estimated, right? Like a product from Google that's just beta, right?
Yeah.
It's whatever. But now they have an actual official EPA rating, and they got the 315 miles for the Model Y. And so the question is, Tim, are you going to trade in your Model 3 and go for this one?
I think I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am a day one reservation holder. And this does just check off. Now it's official that it checks off all the boxes that I really do care about. And with as much stuff as I'm slinging in there and everything, having extra cargo room and even a bigger frunk and all of the things really is very appealing to me now. And I can sacrifice a little bit of speed, a little bit of that. Although I wonder if they're going to update their 0 to 60 times, because isn't this actually lighter weight now?
With the new batteries?
Yeah.
Well, we don't officially know about the new batteries yet. Battery day is coming, and that's, I think, what a lot of people are expecting. Some people were sending me some stuff saying, I think actually the Model 3 already has the Maxwell batteries. I don't know. I don't have any actual information on that. I think we're all just speculating, but hopefully in battery day we'll see. So, but look at that, 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds, man. That's still incredibly quick.
I don't know.
but that is, remember, that's what the Performance Model 3 was originally listed at, and now it's listed at like 3. So I wouldn't I wouldn't be surprised if that gets updated, and when people get in it's almost basically exactly on par with the Model 3 performance.
Well, I mean, they've we just talked about the range and acceleration boost that we've seen in the Model 3. I'm sure we'll be seeing some of those in this too over time, like software updates.
The only argument I have is where it says seating up to 7 adults.
Yeah.
Yeah. No adults are back there.
Like, we just need to define what an adult is. Like, you should say humans between this size.
Yeah. Now, speaking
as
of
a
EPA,
smallish adult, I take offense to that.
Speaking of EPA, Ben, you mentioned, I did see that article about real world driving of the Taycan versus a Model 3.
Yeah.
What? Dude, come on. I'm sorry, but I've driven my Model 3 a ton. Real world, if I totally top it off, even in like 0-degree weather, I'll still get like 240, 250 miles. Mm-hmm. So I don't get what they're talking about here, where they're like, yeah, we drove the Taycan and it got pretty much right at its rated range. And
no, it got way above that.
The Taycan got above its rated range
by a lot. Yeah. So they got I forget where the very end of it is, but they finished 2 laps around, and it was like 260 miles or something.
Huh.
So when they finished, so basically they did 2 laps plus the added range at the very end, because they didn't run it to 0, which is what I would do, right? They're like, we didn't want to do that. I'm like, come on, you wuss, let's go. Like, drive this $250,000 car till it stops. But yeah, there was like 287 miles of range roughly, and I believe when I drove it, because we did a very similar thing. We went from Marina Del Rey to the Grizzly Cafe in Wrightwood, California, I believe it is, and then back down to Burbank. I think all around that was like 230, 240 miles, and we still had like of actual distance, and then we had I think 20 miles or 15 miles of range left on it. So I think in my real world test it was right around 260, 270.
Oh jeez.
So that's when I saw the 201. I'm like, oh, that's wrong. I don't know what they're talking about there.
Well, that's great.
So yeah, and that's what we were, I think you dropped off earlier, but that was my point, is I was like, these numbers are kind of bogus, man. Like, you really need to get this car and take it out there. Now, does it make this car more appealing? Maybe by a very small percentage, because really, if I'm buying a Taycan, I'm buying the fully spec'd one, and I'm taking it to a track and showing off to my buddies. That's what I'm doing. And they're all driving GT3 RSs and all the other fancy Porsches out there. It's not a Model S by any stretch. It's not even remotely the same car.
Yeah.
It is meant for a totally different buyer for totally different reasons. So I think that's all the argument that's always dumb. But yeah, their range test showed they beat it. My range test, real world range test, showed I beat it. Maybe in Iowa in the winter, it's not going to get that. But, so it varies dramatically. But
So it kind of makes me wonder, why did Porsche make a four-door, four-seat car
Right.
instead of like a sports car, a dedicated sports car, since it
yeah.
Clearly has those offerings. It seems like they should have put it in more like a 911 style body than
100% agree. Yeah, it's weird. Basically, it's going. So the true competitor, I think that to the Taycan is the Panamera, because it's basically the same car. Like if you look at them side by side, they're almost identical. And so that's really, I think, who the buyer is. It's the person that is, stupid rich, has already several other Porsches that they love. They love the brand. But now they need one to take their kids to school in the morning, kind of a thing, and they want to have a fancy one. Like I don't really know exactly who the buyer profile is, but I don't imagine them selling a lot of these. I don't think they intend to. So yeah, but you're right. I totally agree. Like why, if you made this a 2-door coupe that had even better performance, it'd probably be a better seller.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Hey, thanks for checking us out, guys. I hope you enjoyed this clip from our podcast.
We do a weekly show here on YouTube, so make sure to subscribe to Our Ludicrous Future, where we discuss all the things that are going to make our future totally ludicrous.
You can join us here on YouTube or at any of your favorite podcast places. Plus, if you want to get some behind-the-scenes stuff and join a cool community, you can help support the channel at patreon.com. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.